Well, in this video, we are going to talk about why do we believe that the Bitcoin's bottom has already been in at $17,800. In fact, in our previous videos, we already mentioned that. And the reason we want to show you some of the reasons that something like this is there so that you can plan accordingly. A lot of people are waiting for the next mega crash. No, we are not saying we can have another leg down, but are we going to wait for the next mega crash? Are we going to go to $10,000 as a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are predicting? In fact, few days back, a lot of people were certain about it, even though on our channel we said it's pretty much over, like the crash is pretty much over. In fact, we suggested you guys to consistently buy upon great coins like the Matic, and we asked you to accumulate even if Matic falls to 30 cents, and it literally did fall to 30 cents, starting from 45 cents, 40 cents, 30 cents. And guess what, if you would have actually bought at those prices, 35 cents, 30 cents, even right now, by now it has reached $1, you would have made 300% increment by that time within a matter of 2 weeks. Now, having said that, the reason I wanted to show you, and in fact I would not be showing you all the technical analysis sort of a thing, even though a lot of technical analysis sort of a thing say that about the Gaussian channel and stuff regarding the bottom, but I'm going to talk the general talks where we can analyze why the bottom is in and why we need to be planning accordingly, that the next leg down that we happen to see, we need to ape in if you have already not aped in, right? So the first and the foremost reason I would want to mention is what are the events that have already occurred. You had this Luna collapse. Luna had in its custody $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, and they had to sell all of them. Why? Because just to regain the peg and to recover the Luna. So all that Bitcoin that they had to do this mass selling at a loss. They kept on selling. Then we had Three Arrows Capital, the biggest venture capitalist of the crypto market, actually getting liquidated. Then we have Voyager Digital actually getting bankrupt. Then we had Celsius halting the withdrawal, like managing so much of the funds. BlockFi sold for 1% of its value. So much of catastrophe that has happened, which has really dragged the Bitcoin price down. And cherry on top, just announced, like within June, Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, actually sold 75% of its Bitcoin position. We have inflation at the highest. We have war ongoing. We have Fed consistently raising the rates 75 basis points consecutively. We had negative consecutive quarters, which is confirming, like by the very definition, this is a recession, and here we are at the price of the Bitcoin. So are we expecting something more to happen? Obviously everything is possible. We can have a World War III, then definitely we'll have a mega crash. But given the current scenario, a lot of people are expecting for the next mega crash to 10K. Let me tell you, if you're waiting for a specific number, that is not the right strategy. The ideal time should be anywhere with less than $20,000 Bitcoin. You could have bought those dream altcoins. I've already mentioned CRV, Matic, and so much of the coins you could have bought. But even right now, like we are already 25% up from the bottom. $23,200 is the price of the Bitcoin right now. What you can do is you need to be preparing for the next dollar cost average strategy. If you have already missed out the bottom, when the next leg goes down based on the RSI, daily RSI, probably 4 hourly RSI, next leg down you start dollar cost averaging, because if you're expecting for the Bitcoin to go fall even below, just the way like a lot of people are saying, you may never catch it, and then you might have to buy it when it reaches back above $26,000. And the worst thing, probably if you're buying at the $27,000, that will be probably the top. Again, you will be having a leg down, 10%, 20% of the correction. So we need to be learning from the previous mistakes. And with all that events happening, like this is pretty much it, guys. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is this Mayer's multiple indicator. And basically, this is an indicator which is calculated based on the moving average of the Bitcoin. And normally, on average, like the ideal indicate, I mean, the ideal point should be 1, right? But it is not 1. It is varied always. In the bull market it is higher than 1, in the bear market it is less than 1. So we are going to see one of the indicator, like every time it goes below this level and then comes back, that means the bottom is already in. So let me just refresh it. All right, let it open. Let us jump onto the third reason. Third reason for this would be, a lot of people are actually expecting for the Bitcoin to go a lot lower. Do you remember 2021 December, what a lot of people were expecting at that time? Bitcoin is inevitably going to $100,000. Everyone was saying that, and in fact, a lot of people were arguing whether we are going to go $150,000. Some people were saying we are going $200,000. Some people were saying we'll just touch $100,000. That was the most bullish scenario. Guess what? Everyone believed that at least we are going to touch $100,000. Guess what? When everyone believes, especially in the case of Bitcoin surprises everyone. And right now, a lot of people are waiting for this big leg down to happen, where we reach $10,000, $14,000, $12,000, $11,000. A lot of people were waiting from a long time. But right after this event happened, and with a lot of technical indicators, we believed and we prepared for it and we acted upon it, that this would have been the bottom. So again, the 10K is the next 100K here from here. So probably you might never see it, and you might just see a little bit of leg down, and that's when like you will be slowly climbing up. So this should be very much taken care of, and if we happen to miss it, probably we might be missing the bottom. So this is one of the indicator. And then the third indicator I wanted to, this is not the technical thing, I would not be drawing anything on the chart. This is a monthly chart, and let me just open a weekly chart of Bitcoin. If you know about this RSI indicator, relative strength index indicator, that is basically that determines whether the price is at the top, like overbought or oversold. Whenever it is downwards, like below around this area, that is the oversold zone. If it is really high, that is the overbought zone. So as you can see, at every bull market peak, it went to the overbought zone. Every bull market peak, it went to the overbought zone. This is a monthly chart, by the way. The weekly has not opened yet. So I mean, at the monthly as well, like you can analyze. Even at the weekly, the same result you will be watching. This is the oversold zone, this is overbought zone, this is the overbought zone, this is the overbought zone at the $64,000. And every time you touch this and then you are heading back downwards, you should be knowing that every time you have touched this, you're heading back down. That means now is the beginning of the markdown phase. And when do you know the bear market is over? As you can see, if I try to map down, this 45 is the level. This is the least that it went. This was the oversold zone. In the 2000, I mean, this is 2015, this is 2018, this is the oversold zone. And right now, what are we witnessing? Like, it is even below oversold zone, highly oversold at 41 at this price. And right now it is recovering a bit, still just barely touched 44. So this is the monthly chart. So this RSI indicator is very much, and anyways, like, let's say in the worst case scenario, we have another leg down, another crash. What is going to happen? We are further going to go downwards with the RSI. That means we are in a super zone right now. It is highly profitable to be buying in these zones. If you are betting on the great altcoins, you just have to hold a little longer, even if things go out wrong. But how can it go wrong when you're watching the best of the scenarios? Again, I have opened this weekly chart. As you can see, this is the oversold zone. This is the end of the bear market of 2018. March 2020 crash, this almost touched the oversold zone, and right now we came below oversold zone. That means even below this level at this point, and right now we have recovered a little bit. So a little bit of cooling further. An MACD indicator, this is like every time it goes into the red, that means we are in a bearish trend, and then from red till green, when the move is happening, that means we are in an uptrend. So as you can see, consistently we have been in a downtrend, and right now it is just about to cross, and about to go upwards, that means we are preparing for the next leg up. Are we saying we are going parabolically? Definitely not. But are we saying that probably we have already been at the depths of the bear market, and this is one of the best one of the best buying opportunities? Definitely yes. And if you have missed it out, then just wait for a little bit of leg down and then try to dollar cost average and ape-in. You're again. So these are the times of buying, guys, when the RSI at the weekly and monthly is so low. And these are the times of selling when the RSI, later on you can verify with the price. Every time you will be right. So again, the Mayer's multiple indicator, as I told you, this is the average. Right now it is 0.69. So 90% of the Bitcoin's history, entire history of 10 years, it has been above this. So we are in a highly oversold zone. As you can see, at the bull market top, it reaches, obviously now the oscillation is slightly less as compared to earlier. A higher volatility was there, but every time we went like within the bear market, it touched below 50 cents, 50.5, and then that's when the end of the bear market was there in the next bull market. And then again, when we touched this below this 50, and then end of bear market, and the bull market top was like above at this point of time. So again, in 2021, this same thing happened. Like this is the March 2018 bear market, and we just barely touched 0.5, and then the next thing you're watching is uptrend 2019 and then 2021. And right now we just already touched and dipped below 0.5, and right now we are again heading back upwards. So probably the bear market's lows and the bottoms of the markdown phase is already over. Right now is the accumulation phase. Probably we need to be making a smarter decision rather than, by the way guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please ensure that you hit the subscribe button. This channel will be everything about how do we grow your finances. That's what the goal of this channel is, to provide financial freedom to all of our subscribers. So this is what you need to be preparing yourself for. Do not wait for the next mega crash, but rather wait for the next little bit of leg down at a reasonable price. Start dollar cost averaging. This is the time to be buying and accumulating. Probably once the ETH merge occurs, once probably let's say 6 months down the line, a year down the line, when the tables have turned, Bitcoin probably has reached $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. This will be one of the best decisions of buying those high quality altcoins that probably were very cheap at these point of times. So again, that's it for the video, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye bye.